Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Integer and welcome back to Tarkov. I hope you're doing well, and we're doing another attempt at some sort of a Tarkov playthrough series. We'll see how far we can get. You know what? I think I'll be glad if I manage to get to episode 5. That's uploaded to YouTube. If I get at least 5 episodes, even if I don't do any more, at least it won't be complete failure. So we're going with good old Bear Boy, and you know what? We're going with Sariev. I bet this face is one of the least picked, and I can see why. Dude looks like he's eaten some spoiled sauerkraut. However, kind of like him because of it. I think I'm going with Sirashenko's voice. Let's go with the English, because slightly broken English with a thick Russian accent is always fun to listen to. We're clicking on next, and here we begin. I do have a bunch of arbitrary rules, because arbitrary rules are the best kind of rules, because not only you get to set them yourself, you also get to break them whenever you see fit. So the first 2 rules are very straightforward. We are not doing flea market in this, and the second rule is we're not doing any scav runs. In other words, it's purely self-sustaining and self-sufficient PMC playthrough. However, there is a third rule. And that rule is going to be, I think, something that I might need to tweak a little bit. But here's the gist as it is now. My loadout, and specifically what weapons I can use in the raids, take with me into the raids, that is, specifically, is dictated by my KDA. So, because we start with essentially non-existent KDA, because we've not been to a single raid, any old weapon goes. We can do whatever we want. We can take with us whatever we want. However, if the KDA goes above 3, as in between 3 to 5, at that point we are not allowed any automatic assault rifles. If the KDA goes above 5 but is under 6, we're also not allowed SMGs and DMRs, in other words, any single fire semi-auto rifles, as well as anything from the previous tiers, which in this case would include assault rifles. If the KDA goes above 6 and is between 6 and 8, we're not also allowed shotguns. I don't actually remember from the top of my head if there are any other types of weapons. That's why I've split it this way. If the KDA is above 8 and between 8 and 15, we're only allowed pistol runs only. If the KDA, for some miraculous reason, at any point goes above 15, we do have to go into the raid with a melee weapon only. Now, the fact that I specify that I have to go into the raid with a melee weapon only makes me think that I'm going to approach this in a way that I can't take any of these weapons based on my KDA. However, anything and everything I find in raid or loot from other scavs or other AI PMCs is fair game. This might be tweaked in the future if it proves too easy or too difficult, but we'll take it as it comes. If it comes at all, this might prove too difficult, in which case we'll just leave the rule as is. If it becomes too easy, I might also introduce certain limitations to types of armor or other gear that I have to do. For instance, starting with basically anything goes with a very low KDA, and if the KDA, say, hits above 15, we're only allowed like a basic vest to take with the melee weapons, something, let's say, that has 6 or less slots. So we'll have 4 pockets, we'll have our pouch, and we'll have a like a basic vest, like idea vest, which I think is 6 slots, and anything under would be allowed as well, but no armor, no earpieces, and so on and so forth. Like I've said, these might be modified as time goes based on how we do. Now, because we're also doing no flea market and no scavs, I was thinking maybe I should bring in full-on hardcore experience and rule set, but you know what? I think I'm not gonna do that. That would potentially be a little too hard. So we start with going to Jaeger. We're gonna buy Axiom Cobra. I actually can't buy it. Let's see, is that compatible? That is not compatible with anything. I guess we don't have the right weapons. What about this bad boy? You know what? I don't believe you. Game, you can say whatever you want. I don't believe I can't put it. See, what do you mean it's not compatible? There it is. We just put it on. What a bozo game. We'll put these on, 3 max, 4th one in the rifle. And I'll also take a IFAC, and we'll take an S-March as well. 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. There we go. I'll take a couple of nades. Next task is to go to traders and pick up all the quests. And I think they're all gonna be located in the ground zero. Burning rubber. Use the paid vehicle extract, so we need to take some money with us, and mechanic gives us saving the mole. I vaguely still remember how and where to complete these quests. Okay, ground zero. We'll do 9 AM. I'm not gonna say no insurance whatsoever. Perhaps insure the gear. Weapon. Let's insure that as well. And other than that, we are ready to roll. All first raid, ground zero. Here we come. Caps, PMCs. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. It's been a long time since I played this game. And yeah, why not shoot just to let everyone know I'm here. That was our little scav. Go full auto. I think he came from there. There he was. Take the shotgun. 133, we'll need that soon enough. And loot everything for now, even if I just ditch it afterwards. Wait, is this actually blocking me from going further? Yes, this is like the edge of the map. Roger that. Okay, no, seriously, we just got ourselves a little deagle action. Damn. Well, now I kind of hope that my KDA goes above 15. So we have no choice but to run this thing. Folded like a kipper. So on the right we should have the medical tents. Which I need to explore / discover. So there he is. How is that a miss? Okay. Now we stand up. Thank you. Did not see this guy straight away. I mean, he's got a TOS. I will need that TOS. Okay. But I'll drop that mag. Yep. Okay, that's done. Let's check these med spawns. Sounds like a couple of AI NPCs having a little fun firefight. I like how that says don't shoot. I feel like these were both PMCs. Well, this guy has a fun little... Oh my days, look at this. Look at this stuff, man. Alrighty. I think right here is where we're gonna do it. Yep. with the first dig. Need to go get the key to the labs. Where that secret cheeky lab is. Past the cat statue. Check the doorway. There's a lot of scavs sometimes. You can't find there anyway. It's just that guy will have the key. Cool. I believe it's up here to the right. There we go. There's a hard drive that should be on one of the desks. Can be here. I believe this is the one. Thought I heard a step to the left there. There he is. Not good. Gotcha, bitch. Son of a gun. I think he died there. Better use better ammo whilst we have it. Then again, that was kind of a necessary kill because it's gonna raise my KDA if I survive. That means we'll have some limitations coming into the second raid already. Right, if I'm not mistaken, it might be here. Yep, we need to climb over. Not sure if AI can spawn here, NPCs or PMCs. Sorry, scavs or PMC, but if they can, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with the AI PMCs as well. These sneaky buggers can't be sitting in the corner and quietly meditating and waiting. I think that was a kill. I think we're going up here. Yeah, this looks familiar. This is like, please shoot at me approach to things. Let's not dwell over there for too long. MG, yeah. So the only goal now is to go back and survive. We'll exfil by a car. We got under 10 minutes left. I'm happy with the way everything's looking and going so far. I think I got spotted by a scout, like far behind that ambulance. Kinda have to run this though. I won't have that much time. Enemy spotted. Enemy neutralized. I think that could have been the guy that spotted me earlier as well. He was doing not the I'm just aggroing to your voice line, but I'm pissed off with your existing voice line. I do have that, I think, other PMC that I killed that I could loot. But we're good. We're just waiting 50 seconds until we're done. Well, that was so far pretty fucking good one, eh? Chicka pow pow, ladies and gentlemen. First raid complete. It was an astounding success. We got 6k XP. We're already level 3. We've got 13 kills, which means next raid is going to be pistol only. I almost got into the melee range there with these 13 kills. We got 2 bear kills. Yep, so both of these were in PMCs. And didn't get to loot the second one. That's alright. We've got decent number of damage, decent amount of damage done. How many headshots? I've got 9 headshots. That is pretty good going, if you ask me. Okay, we've got some reasonably good loot out of the first raid. These are quest items for the future. This is the stuff that we'll give over to the good old medic woman. We've got KD of 13. So I think we are going to limit ourselves to the pistol. We're going to take a Triton. We're going to take a P.A.K.A. and a little bear cat. And Garage is what we'll be running. Right. We're going to go and finish all the tasks. Excellent. Now debut. Wonderful. Turn in. Actually, before I turn in, I'll take off the flashlight of the thing. Burn this, and this. Actually, no, we'll just do one of the car medkits. Excellent. We can complete that now. Now we'll go with the Liwas. Excellent. Skier. Quest completed. Nice and easy. Mechanic. Turn in the drive. Complete. Take Gunsmith. And now we get introduction, which will introduce us to Mr. Jägermeister, which is exactly what I wanted to get to ASAP. Right, we're level 5. We have 13 KDA unofficially, and that means we have to use pistol only. Woods is the designation and destination, the target. The goal is to get Jäger quest done. Interestingly enough, I'd probably prefer not to run into anyone and not having to engage in any fights. I always have to make sure it's not a run through. Okay, raid 2. Here come the woods. And we're only allowed to carry a pistol with us. We're by the big rocks. Did we actually spawn kind of in the middle of the map? Yes, we did. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Run in this direction. There should be a plane crash somewhere here. Now, that FOB that is further in the direction that I'm facing is a good place to look for Saliwas. I just don't feel comfortable necessarily going for it right now. I think we focus at the task at hand, which is introduction. I always skedaddle out of here. I can afford. Let's assume I'm going to exfiltrate and survive this round, which means I am allowed 1 kill before I have to go into the next raid with melee only. That gives a little bit of an extra angle of things to worry and consider. Of course, if I'm assaulted and I have to defend myself, I will not purposely perish. But if we have a choice to engage or not engage, that is a choice I like to have, and perhaps I will not always take the shot if I can help it. Sniper scav might exist. Need to be careful. I don't think I can actually reliably take him on with this pistol. Lovely bird sounds. Gotta be said. I think that's the APC driving by, right? Okay, little armored personnel carrier. Just ignore its existence for now. ZB014, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of this place. I feel like I should check it. You might get 60 round mags, which are necessary for a quest later. X-Cross are good as well. We get a bunch of those. Fuel. Can I actually take fuel in my... Yes, we can put it in the secure container. That's a gun. AKM. Not too shabby. Other than that, so far, pretty quiet. Pretty tame raid. I've got a few containers in the scav house area. Bit more cover. A few more angles for people to hold. We just move towards exfil. And not worry about anything or anything else. Because the important thing is, the introduction quest is about to be completed. And that's exactly what I want. Lovely jubbly. And just like that, we still are within pistol-only range for KDA. And we've got that intro completed, which means we can also now buy deagle rounds from Jägermeister. It'd be very nice if he also sold mags for it, but somehow I'm not holding my breath. Let us see. We go to mechanic. Turn this in. Acquaintance. And over these crests. There's one of them already. Does it look like he's selling mags for it? No, it doesn't. But here comes the whole camo. You know what? I'm gonna buy it, and I'm actually gonna run the deal this round. We'll take the ammo. I'm obviously not carrying a lot of ammo. Some is better than none, though. One mag is all we have. This thing is immediately compatible with our scope. Linked search. Or we can get reflex sight from Jaeger. This is gonna be disgusting. But why not? Why not? That is our weapon for the next raid, ladies and gentlemen. Let's buy more ammo. Ah, yes, I said I'm gonna take this off. Now we'll turn it in. For next raid, actually, the full loadout is ready because our KDA is still 13, let's say, because I have 0 deaths. Let's say that counts as 1. I think this might actually warrant yet another run at the Into the Woods. Let's actually ensure everything, just because